if you want to go watch it.
No.
That's your choice. Yes, ma'am.
I can't see from back there.
Sorry. I'll try to write bigger. Alright, so we have line segment, and please understand, this is how we read it. This line, that piece of a line where there's no arrows or anything, is read as line segment AB. The order does not matter, Kelsey. As soon as we see this, it's line segment AB, or line segment BA. The order does not matter. Okay?
Okay.
Someone did ask about number 2, which I get. What shape or what geometric idea is that right there?
A plane.
That is a plane.
Oh.
And so you literally just write that this is plane what? Is that an S or an L? That's a cursive L. That's an L. If you went S, I would understand, but it's plain L. That's it. I'm done. Yep. Have I named it?
Yeah.
Using symbols? Ish. There is no symbol for plane. You just have to write out the word plane.
Plane L.
Okay?
You gotta put it
So
in
it
the
knocks
bottom.
out 1 and 2. 3. What's the difference between 1 and 3?
Three's a line.
It's a-
has
The arrows.
So 3 has those arrows indicating it's not a line segment, it's an actual line, okay? So let me ask you this. What do I need above the XY?
A line with 2 points. Two
Well,
arrows.
2 arrows. Could I do it this way?
Yes.
Does the order matter? No. Again, I want you to notice where the single line piece like that is line segment AB. This is read as what?
Line.
Line XY. That's it. That's all there is to it. This naming convention is super straightforward once we start to get comfortable with it. All right. 5. This is a good one to look at. What are we looking at with number 5?
Opposite angle.
An angle. What type of angle?
Obstacles.
Obtuse.
What?
Obtuse. Okay. Okay. So what am I going to put to indicate that I'm dealing with an angle?
Angle CAT.
But what symbol am I going to put? Literally a little angle.
So do we
As soon as you see that symbol, right? And Kelsey did a great job of going like this, okay? So that means angle. That's how we started. Alana, you still have a question?
Yes. So do we write that at the bottom in the little boxes?
You can, yes.
Symbol, or do we write angle?
You need, so the only one that there won't be a real symbol for is plane. If it's anything else, you need a symbol with it, okay? So I'm going to ask you which of these I can and cannot do. So angle CAT, angle CTA, angle ACT, or angle TAC. Which of those would be correct names for this angle and which would be incorrect?
T-A-C-A-C-A-T.
Which one?
T-A-C-N-A-C-A-T.
So those two are incorrect?
No, okay.
Those are correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so you're saying these other two are incorrect?
Yeah. Does the A have to be in the middle?
Okay, that's what we want to notice and we need to pay attention. So Gabe, say again. And that's important to recognize. The order does not matter for a line. The order does not matter for a line segment. But look right here, Gabe. What is in the middle for both of these? A. This point right here, does anyone know what that point is called?
Oh, right.
Midline.
A down point.
No, it's
The vertex. The vertex of your angle always has to go in the middle. That might be a note that you want to make on this sheet to yourself. Anton, for real, dude? You don't want to pay attention? Take some notes, learn? Dude, come on. Get your head up. Get your head up. So, vertex, all right? We want to recognize that the vertex has to go in the middle. From there, Gabe, the order does not matter. Does that make sense? That's why you can go angle TAC or angle CAT. Does that make sense? There is actually one other way to correctly identify this angle. Does anyone know the other way? There's one other way to identify this angle that would be correct. What is the vertex? A. So I can just call it
No,
angle
point eight. Oh, no.
A.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it any of those three ways. Okay? So the vertex is what really matters, and so you can name it with just that vertex. Angle A is an appropriate way to name this angle. Angle CAT, TAC, or angle A.
It looks like LA.
Okay. Alright, so that's number 5. Number 6, that's a good one. So what is different about 6?
That's a ray.
That's a ray.
That's a ray, okay? And so what is the symbol that's going to go above the letters?
So you draw a line and one
B,
arrow
C,
pointing to the left.
pointing to the
Right.
right.
What?
A ray, the arrow always points to the right. Even though this arrow is to the left, is that what's confusing you?
Yeah.
When we do a ray, you always put the end point first, and then you put the arrow.
Wait, so you do the opposite?
It's not the opposite of here. In general, it doesn't matter what the ray is, it's like this.
Oh.
Does anyone see another ray up here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one?
10.
10. This is going down, right? Am I just going to put my arrow going down? No.
No.
I'm always going to do the symbol for ray from left to right.
Oh. Okay.
That's all it is, right? The symbol for ray always goes from left to right. That's what I'm saying, okay? This is important though, because it's important to recognize that this is the end point. So what's going to go on the left-hand side when writing the symbol for it? Which point though?
I mean,
The
Oh,
end.
B.
The B.
B. Notice how the B goes with the end point? So B needs to go with the end point.
so it's going to be OB or BO?
B.
So what goes with the arrow?
BO.
Oh.
The O. So it has to be BO. Okay, this is where the order has to be this way, right? With a line, it's going in both directions. Make sense? With a line segment, it's going in both directions. But with a ray, you have to indicate the end point, you have to indicate where the arrow is. So with a ray, you have to do the correct order. Do you not have a copy of this? Were you here Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, Terrence, you gotta stop leaving your stuff behind.
This is stuff that you bring. That I got you bring.
Oh,
Oh, I got these. I think
get it out.
I got these.
They're together.
I got these.
Alright. Any questions about number 6 now? No? So Jeremy, if I'm looking down here at number 10, what's gonna go first? Right here. Say again?
Yep.
F, right? We want to start with that end point. Mari, what's going to go after the F here for number 10? What's going to go after the F for that? Well, how about you look? There's only one other thing besides the F.
I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. Like, literally.
Amari,
Oh my
what's the
God.
only other letter besides F?
G.
Then what's coming after the F?
G.
Oh!
My bad.
You give up on yourself every time before you even give yourself a shot. And if you don't know what's going on, hold on. If you don't know what's going on, what should you be doing right now? Asking what? Questions. Remember, I am grading everybody on their active collaboration and participation. By asking questions, you are earning high points on that rubric. You have to be engaged though. You gotta ask questions. I cannot help you if you're not trying to help yourself. Okay, that answers number 6. That even answers number 10. I'll probably do just a handful more of these. 16 and 17, I definitely want to handle those because someone was specifically asking about them. Okay, looking at number 16. Based on what we've already talked about.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, are you talking about 16, 17, the one that?
Yes,
On the calculator, so you're talking about this one, right?
yes.
Oh, I already know how to do that. I thought you meant on this side, the front side.
I told y'all that we weren't doing that for homework. That's what I told you when you emailed me that we weren't doing that side. And I even sent you back a screenshot of this to say this was the homework.
You did it?
Yes. So we don't need to talk about 16 or 17?
Yes.
No.
Yes, we do.
Wait, let me see.
For people that do, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
16
No.
and 17?
Yes.
No. Which one?
16.
Is a
17.
16 is an angle, how would I name it?
Angle.
That's not what I'm asking, I'm asking you to name the angle.
Can we go through?
Angle 4.
We can do 16. Say it again? Oh, there we go, angle 4, done. That's it. Huh?
Oh.
Hey, do we understand? It's just an angle symbol and then 4.
The 13 said F.
Huh?
Is that F 13?
Yes, that's an F. Okay?
Can you do number 21?
Yes. Any guesses on 21?
Second.
Plain what?
Letter
Alright, it's plain K-I-L.
Do you think it has to be in that order?
No.
It'd be L-I-K.
L-I-K? Anything else?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
What about I-L-K? Why?
Because it's a vertex.
K-I-L.
Hold on, see, this is why I brought this up. Is I a vertex?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's not an angle.
It's
It's not an angle. We want to recognize that it is a plane. It is not an angle. So the order does not matter for any of these. Huh? That's just for a plane, right? If it was an angle, I would have to worry about it. Okay? But I don't.
So basically, when you're doing that, you have to write all the letters.
Huh?
For plain, you don't have to write all the letters or symbols.
Well, if there's a single symbol, you just say plane F. If there are 3 points, because remember how many points does it take to define a plane? 3. You have to, and you don't have to do all 4 of these. You just have to do the 3 letters. I'm just saying it can be any order. Yeah. All right. Hopefully we're okay on 19 now and 20, because we've done several like that. Hopefully we're good on 13. The only one up here that I am worried about now for y'all is number 18. London, how would you name 18?
Line.
18 is a lot.
Line.
That's a lot.
You think it's a line?
A line segment.
Be careful. Does anyone know why it's not a line segment?
Does it have arrows?
Because they have
Because that's more
pointed
than 2
end.
points. It's got the arrows. The arrows tell us, remember a line segment means it's going to stop at those 2 endpoints. These arrows means it's going to keep going.
All right.
But
So it's a lot.
I would not say it's a line.
A has to
Alright.
go in.
18.
It's a continued line segment.
It's not a continued line segment. It's not. Hey, listen. This is a ray. It has an endpoint and it continues forever in one
It's a
direction.
double ray.
Oh, it's an angle.
Oh, say it again.
It's an angle.
Yeah, because Kelsey, what did you just say?
A double ray.
It's a double ray, which means it's an angle. Look right here.
That makes
Even
sense.
though it doesn't quite look like it, what would we call A? That's the what?
The vertex.
That's my vertex, right? And so it's one ray going to the right, and then it is one ray going to the
Wait, but how's that an angle? That makes
It's
no
a flat
sense.
angle.
Because with the dot in the middle. It's the vertex.
that point in the middle is a vertex. There is a thing known as a not a flat angle, but a straight angle. It has 180 degrees.
Oh, I've heard that before.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I've been with this one.
Okay. So, and I will say this, have we actually checked to make sure it is a perfect line?
No.
I haven't, but by knowing that there's a point in the middle, the vertex, I know that it's some kind of angle, okay? And so how would I name this angle? What do I need to put first?
So angle GAP. Yeah.
Would GAP work?
Or wait,
P.
Okay. Either one of those would be acceptable. Are we ready to move on? Any questions? Okay, so we feel comfortable with writing the names of points, planes, and lines? Yes? So if we have a quiz on that tomorrow, we'd be good?
I think we should just
I'll be straight on.
also like have a test tomorrow and have it on Wednesday.
Okay, so hey, listen up. Because I already sent this in the email to your parents, and I sent to you. There is a quiz on Wednesday, and there's a test on Friday.
Oh, man.
This?
Red light work.
Yes.
I'm not ready for that.
Red light work. Oh, yeah, it did light work. I know.
Like literally, it's all. This is it. And we're gonna learn one new thing today, new thing tomorrow. Quiz on those Wednesday, and then one new thing on Wednesday. Testing Friday. Yes, ma'am.
I won't be here Friday.
Well, then you'll have to find time to come in and make it up. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and let her know. Okay. This homework makes some sense, hopefully. We have no questions about these. We'll have 100 tomorrow.
I have a question
On 20.
So to the right,
It's always to the right, and then it's a UT because there's the
You said Monday.
Okay.
the employee will come first, then.
Alright. So really quickly, a couple of things to pay attention to. These are the notes that we took on, I guess, Friday. We did this car sort to make sense out of these things. This is what you need to know about these different constructs, these different ideas before a quiz, because we need to know what an angle is, right? Two rays joined by an endpoint. Two rays joined by an endpoint that is known as the vertex. The vertex letter always goes in the middle, right? We're giving that information, and for those of y'all who are freaked out by me saying it could be angle A, it's literally right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Notice how a line and a line segment have two answers possible. A ray only has one. This is your guideline to making sure you know how to name each of these objects. We all good with that? Ready to move forward?
No,
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
You have any questions off of this or the homework?
Number 9 on homework, it
Yeah.
only has one letter. But it's a line.
Yes.
So do I just put the line over the T?
Notice, is that letter a point on the line?
No.
No? Look at line again. Is there a way to name it without points?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So what would you call number 9?
Line T.
No, I don't think that's a T, is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
What's the L?
That is.
That's as much of an L as L can get.
What?
This is
It's a T.
It's a cursive L.
You can't read cursive.
What the world?
There is no line going across it, Kelsey.
Oh my god. Oh my
Huh?
You need to do it
Okay.
in regular time.
Well, we have cursive when it's not a point. Hey, gentlemen, stop talking and pay attention. When it is not a point, we use cursive letters in math. Okay? So, just be aware of that. Also, don't forget the rubric, right? I've already got some of y'all scoring pretty well so far on this rubric, because what am I looking for to show me that you are engaged and you're doing your best to learn? Active participation, which means you are what? Definitely staying awake and asking questions, sharing your ideas, right? These are things you do in your small group, but during whole class discussions, you need to be sharing your thoughts, asking questions, and taking notes, right? You should be doing all those things in the whole class discussion and within your small group, actively working to help each other grow and learn.
Hey, Miss Kim.
Sir,
Time this in, bro.
what?
Get my grade.
What? You mean the thing I'm collecting tomorrow? No, that's what we wrote notes about together in class. The other sheet I'm collecting tomorrow. Okay? So, here's our objectives for the orange sheet that Matthew passed out earlier. We want to be able to name angles, and we need to be able to identify special angle relationships. Okay? Huh? Okay. So, hey, I need eyes up here, and I need you paying attention. We should have already studied some of these in the past, so this is going to be more of a refresher, but we need to be able to name angles, and we need to be able to identify relationships within angles, okay? So when I look at this, what we're going to do, and we're going to do the first 3 together, and I'm going to assign each group a different one after that. But we have an angle here, correct? Or not an angle, we have the following are examples of angle ABC. So here's 3 examples of that. Counter examples, what does that mean?
Opposite.
Argument.
So they are,
Reverse.
what do you mean by reverse? Reverse of examples, so they are,
Opposite, dude.
what does that mean?
Not.
Switch.
So they are inverses, that means they are they examples?
Yeah.
No.
No, they demonstrate.
Counter.
They're counterexamples, what does that mean?
They're examples of what not to do.
Okay, they're examples of what not to do, so they are not examples of what we want, okay? That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. We've got examples here, and we've got things that are not examples. So the following are counter examples of angles ABC. When you split up into your groups later, you're going to have just one of these to look at, okay? Each group's going to have one. So look at this, take 1 minute, talk about it within your groups. Why are these examples and why are these not? Right? So look at the examples, figure out why these are examples, and figure out why these are not examples. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, I know why.
Talk about it within your group. That's the whole point. Talk within your group for about 90 seconds. Make sure that everyone in your group can explain this is why the 3 on the left are angles and why the 2 on the right are not.
The 2 on the right. That's why.
I got you.
You gotta have one vertex.
Yeah.
And that's not a vertex.
Okay,
So the 2 on the right is
She talking?
Yeah, good job.
well, it got one, but it's a double.
Because it's a line and a right.
Well, what do you mean by it's not in the middle?
Instead of two right.
The other way around.
Possibly.
The other way around.
Oh,
It's supposed to be this way. This has to go that way. That has to go here. That has to go right there.
Wait, don't say.
That's exactly. Eight has to go here. This has to go right there.
So,
Yes. I don't know what that is.
You all agree with that?
yeah.
and then it'll have a move.
Can you turn them around?
That's what is this?
Oh, what y'all come up with?
It's a line.
Oh, I bet you were.
Reset.
I said it's two right together.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So how many of us struggled to put it into words?
Me?
Oh, I know that.
I made my own.
So this is why, hey listen, this is why I'm giving y'all some practice before I ask you to jump within your groups to working on these, because we do need to practice putting into words. But I also want y'all to understand this. My job as a math teacher is not to just teach you math, it's to teach you how to develop your critical thinking ability, your ability to describe and explain things, and your ability to communicate. All of those are skills you need for life outside of high school and outside of mathematics. So yes, is it uncomfortable? Yeah. Is it something we need to work on and develop and be better at? Yes. Okay? So I know that it's uncomfortable to talk to people, but I need you to practice it because that is something you'll have to do in everyday life after high school. So, let's hear some ideas. Group 1. Why do you think that these are examples of angle ABC and these are not examples? What did y'all come up with?
I thought that, the vertex isn't at the clear. That's why.
Okay, because the vertex is not actually clear, that's why these were not? Is that what we all agreed as a group? Yes? Okay. What you got?
Them complementary angles, them supplementary.
Maybe, we haven't gotten to those yet. We're just looking at angles, right? Okay? So the issue being here, maybe vertex is not clear? Okay? Let's see, group 4, what's something y'all talked about?
Yeah,
Alright, so the 2 on the right, those, the vertex is not where it's supposed to be.
What do you mean?
Vertex.
Like,
Hey,
Alright, go ahead.
Terrence, let him talk, be respectful and
so like,
listen.
the vertex is supposed to be at the end of one of those, like, the lines.
Okay?
So where B at, the vertex is supposed to be, we can do right there, where B, or.
So maybe like if it had been here, it would have been okay?
No, like, at the arrow.
Like instead of having an arrow here, you would need a ray?
Yeah.
Okay? So maybe that would, so you're thinking that like we have to have, maybe if that was an endpoint through there, that'd be angle A, B, C. So the vertex is in the wrong spot. Alright, Ari,
I would say what that was in the middle.
say it one more time.
It's like it's not in the middle. It's weird because it's like them arrows at the bottom, like on the second one. No, that's not. You're right there. It ain't got no arrow coming out of these, so that's how it was kind of weird. It wasn't really Geom sitting.
Okay, so be careful, not just an arrow, there's no ray,
Yeah.
right? So that, and that's what you're referring to is there's an endpoint and then an arrow?
No, it's about the second one.
Right here.
I'm talking about the second
Oh,
one.
here?
Second one.
Oh, notice, is there even a ray coming out of this?
Oh, that's the second.
Is there though? Because I feel like this is a ray.
Well then cause all the ones that's left, they all have it.
But why is the C? I don't know this.
So why is the C all the way down here? That's problematic, because remember, and so you're very correct in the idea that we need, but here's the thing, how many rays do we need coming out of B? We need 2, right? So is there a ray coming out of B?
Yes.
But for it to be angle ABC, we need the other ray to also come out of B. Okay, so that's an important detail, we'll come back to that. Does anyone have any other details we want to add to this? Going once? Come twice? What you got, Brandon? Oh, I thought you were volunteering something.
The rays don't meet at the same point.
So the rays don't meet at the same point, okay? And so that is also important. At the same point. So, in conclusion, I think the biggest thing we need to notice, right, and I think Ari hit on it very well, what needs to be the vertex? B needs to be the vertex, right? The vertex, and so this may be something we want to write as a note, as a final conclusion, which means we don't have our heads down, we have our heads up, and we're paying attention and engaging and now writing. The vertex of angle, which, hey, so I did hear someone say earlier that my angle looked a lot like an L. I don't know if you have that same issue, but I do. One of the things I do is I put a little semicircle or part of a curve in there to indicate angle as well. That's something you can do to make sure it doesn't look like an L, right? So the vertex of angle ABC has to be B. Right? And so we see that here, here, and here. We don't necessarily see it with the counterexamples, right? The vertex of angle angle ABC has to be B. And so we are good, we're good, we're good, nope, and nope. So we had other details, but that biggest one is the vertex idea has to be B. We starting to understand what I'm looking for here?
Yeah.
Do we want one more practice before we get started within our groups? One more practice? Okay. 90 seconds. Talk with your group about acute angles. Why are these angles acute? And the counterexamples, why are those not acute? Talk about it within your groups. So why don't you look at the examples and the counterexamples and see if you can figure it out. Remember, I've already told you, these first 3 are acute. These are counterexamples, so they are not acute. Why are these are acute? Talk about it with your group. Talk about it with your group.
That makes sense. Acute angles are 0 through 8. And then you got those to the right, those to the right, right.
I mean, I see an acute angle there that is above 50, for sure. In fact, I see 2. Where? That's a right angle. 2 angles that are above 50.
Oh.
Keep talking about it, think about it. What do y'all think?
good on that.
I felt like.
So,
So then what's an acute
two
angle?
and, I mean, not two and four. So you gotta get two zones there.
Things under 90?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We'll build up.
She's short, Amari. You should know that. I
Do you agree with that definition? Tyson, you agree with that? Brandon? You agree with that definition?
Wait, I forgot.
Oh,
what
so
was
the
that.
usually
Third and 90 second.
Oh, God. We'll put those,
Acute angles are what? Alright. Can I grab everyone's attention? I know I only got to the front 3 or 4 up here. I'll start with the next section in the back 3. But let's hear from one of the back groups to get us started. Let's see. Rose, what do you think an acute angle is?
Less than 90 degrees.
Less than 90 degrees. Does anyone want to push on that or say, no, I think there's something a little bit different? Zarya?
Wait, for the 90 degrees, I agree.
Yo, you do
Less than
agree?
90.
Less than 90 degrees? Anybody have a different idea? Okay, so I heard one group actually say that it was all about the 80 degrees, right? That the maximum is 80. Is that true for an acute angle?
No,
No.
no.
Yeah? No, it can be
It
85.
could be 89.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Anything below 90 is a acute angle.
Is that acute or is that a right angle?
Yeah,
Right.
if it's cute. It's cute.
Wrong.
Raise your hand if you think it's acute.
I think it's cute.
Why don't you think it's acute?
It's
Hold on.
nine.
Amari, why do you not think it's
I
less?
just said yes, I do, because, like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why are you gonna give up on yourself? You're like on a roll. Because like, and never mind.
My chips at the game.
Come on now. Why? Why do you think it's acute?
because it don't hit 90.
It doesn't hit 90, okay?
I think it's cute too.
Alright, so please notice the counter example should give you a hint. What is the smallest angle in the counter examples?
90 degrees.
That 90-degree angle,
So
correct?
that's a right
That's a
angle.
right angle.
So we'll talk about that, but an acute angle, right?
Ain't that right?
That is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. Make sure you have that note. You got to know what an acute angle
So
is.
that's the acute
Less
angle?
than 90 degrees, huh?
So that's the acute angle?
This one?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you got rounded up to 9.
Who's told you to round?
What?
Notice the statement is, it's an angle that is less than 90 degrees. Is that less than 90 degrees?
Yes.
Yes. Even if I were to say it's 89.99 degrees, is that really close to 90?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it less than 90?
Yeah.
So it's still acute.
So it's 0.1, if you add enough.
Say again.
But,
It's 0.1 less. 0.01 less. Yeah. Okay? So here's how it's gonna go. Group 1, y'all are responsible for number 3. Okay? So group 1,